Well, it is 5 to 7 in the morning, and I have sold the Rover, and shh, don't tell her. And I'm now starting the collection caper to collect my new car, which I think I've probably already revealed in a past video. So now I've just got to drive to Kent, where I'm going to drive an E-Type Jaguar, and then I've got work to do in Sussex, and on Sunday, today's Friday, I do the swap over. So I leave the Rover with a friend of mine, Gavin, who I'm sure will take very good care of you, and then it's off to London to collect the new motor vehicle, the Skoda Favorit. So yeah, I'm swapping this luxurious Rover with its gorgeous heated seats for a poverty spec communist wagon. How very HubNut. Anyway, there's a long way to go. I've got 260 odd miles to cover today, I think, so we better get on our way. It's just possible I might miss that noise, you know. Anyway, interior light off, there is a long way to go. I've now been driving for over half an hour, and I don't think I can count the number of vehicles I've seen on two hands yet. It's, yeah, rush hour is very different out here in rural Wales, and I'm not looking forward to the fact today is just going to get busier and busier, but the sky is starting to lighten up, and yeah, it's starting to feel like the day is waking. It's now 7:45 in the morning, and as you can see, the road's getting really busy now. This is just so much fun. We're doing 60 miles an hour. There are no traffic lights. There's not really very much of anything. Just a nice twisty road. It's quite a lot of fun. And the occasional 30 mile an hour speed limit. We're just approaching. Well, it's rather different scenery now. Getting on for 4 hours. It's been a blinding run across. And yeah, it's the M25, the concrete horror of this section. Lots of tyre noise, but not actually too bad in the Rover on these Nankangs. Quite impressive. Lane discipline, yeah, not quite so good. It's now day 2 of this caper, and the weather is horrific. It's absolutely chucking it down. We've been splashing through huge puddles, and yeah, it's not ideal. I've got another photo shoot that I'm just about to do this morning. I'm just on my way to Heathfield to visit Clark's Jaguar and do some photos there. Thankfully most of them indoors, because this is awful. And yeah, then I'm just one sleep away from the new car. Well, that was a Bedford Rascal. I haven't seen a Bedford Rascal in a very long time. But yeah, we are in Burgess Hill. I'm just setting off on the final leg of this collection caper. Thankfully rather better weather today. We've done over 400 miles in the Rover since Friday morning. We've got about another 80 odd to do. So that'll be a 500-mile last drive in the Rover. And yeah, I think I'm definitely going to miss this car. But yeah, the age-old problem, I can't keep them all. So we shall continue to Buckinghamshire. Sorry, this is probably my last opportunity to do a 0 to 60 test. So fun times. I may miss that noise. I just had to knock it back out of sport mode because it won't go into torque converter lockup if it's in sport mode. But yeah, I'm glad I've recorded that noise for posterity. I don't think the Skoda is going to make such pleasant noises. Well, this is it. We are in Buckinghamshire, a few miles to go until we get this car gone. I think I shall miss it. Definitely one of the better cars on the fleet. Got a nice building on a hill over there. I have no idea where it is, but anyway, very busy here in this area of England, so we shall continue, and the next time you see me will probably be at a train station. So after a brief stint in another Rover, my mate Gavin's 416 GSI, I've arrived at Prince's Risborough station, and now waiting for a train to that there London. I've got my little travel case, I've got no tools and no real expectations, so here we go. It's going to be about an hour to get into London, then I've got to get across London, so it should be good fun. So that was my train, and now we're at London Marylebone, and now need to head underground to get to the next destination, which is Leighton. I wonder if that's the home of Leighton Orient. Oh yeah, bonus accelerating train footage. Right, many bikes. They're not all in China. Right, let's see how I get out of here. Here we are. This is definitely glamorous London. There are buses, variously old buildings. Right, I'm going to use my City Mapper app to try and work out where the hell I'm going next. By the way, Marylebone Station, really quite fine. Going underground, going underground. I think of that every time I go underground. Maybe she didn't like my singing. And we have burst out of the underground into the overground. There goes the tube train, and we are at Leighton. And now I've got a 10-minute walk, so I'll go and get that out of the way. Let's see if we can find a certain car. That's a moody sky. Let's hope we get there before that hits. Wow, how dramatic. Right, another few minutes to walk. You're never too far away from a park in London. Been walking for like about 2 minutes since the last piece, but we are now getting very close. I believe we're just coming up to the road that my new car lives on. So this is exciting times. I think I've just caught a glimpse of it. Oh, marvellous, marvellous times. Yeah, I think we're getting closer. Oh, this coat is really, really warm. Oh yes, I can practically smell the communism. There she is. Oh, let's not get run over. Wow, it's my new car. It's been debadged a bit. It's a bit pink, but not quite as pink as this Saab. This is an auto shite bike. It's been through a lot of people. So yeah, pink versus pink, but I'm driving home in that one. So yeah, we're up and running. We've just done the live reveal video, but I thought you might appreciate some HD, some high def of the gorgeous paint. It's going to be fun to try and polish this one up and just take some more video of it in its current home with the Saab in front of it and its missing badges, and we shall say that'll do for now. We will go and head back. Oh, car alarm. Stay away, thieves. Oh no, my beaded seat cover's falling off already. So yeah, if you didn't see it in the live feed, check out my Tesla clock. If it'll focus. There we go. Look, Tesla. That's quite remarkable. And yeah, decadent rev counter, also slightly out of focus. And manual steering, manual windows, everything is keep fit. So I'm going to set off on the drive home and we'll get some driving impressions. Right, this is going to be very short initial driving impressions because I've oh, no power steering. I've got to find my way out, and the only sat nav I've got is this phone. Always adjust your mirrors before setting off. Okay, the remote doesn't work. I think not that way, because that's saying dead end. So we won't go that way. Oh, it's a good communist indicator there. Oh, it certainly sounds a bit old school, doesn't it? Oh, the wipers are a bit slow. Oh, it's no entry everywhere. That makes life easier. Oh, maybe that way's a good way to go. But yeah, it feels alright, doesn't it? Nice, you know, torquey engine, so lots of low down grunt. I mean, it doesn't sound all that dissimilar to the Dacia, really, and that's going to be the interesting comparison, because the Dacia was made in 1990, this was made in 1994, so but two communist countries, both just out of communism, yeah, it should be interesting. Right, I'm going to go and battle the horrible roads of London, and we'll do some more impressions once I've had a chance to settle in and get to a motorway. Well, we've managed to escape, at least onto the motorway network. I'll just do that up a moment. And, well, I haven't had a chance to get above 50 yet. I'm certainly liking it a lot. Nice tight gear change, a fair bit of movement, but it's all fairly tight and precise. Very sharp handbrake, that should be fun for keeping safe on hills. Could do adjusting that mirror, but I can't adjust it. A bit annoying. I might have to stick my hand out the window. Oh, there we go, we're up to 70. Or we can go up to 70 potentially if traffic allows. Try to turn the heater off. Temperature gauge is just below the red. So, is this a communist car thing? Because the Dacia kept on pretending it was overheating all the time. And wasn't actually. So, yeah, don't trust communist temperature gauges, because they're always in the red. Sorry. Anyway, let's try and get up to 70 if we can. That's 60. No, too much blooming traffic. We got up to 65 there, and it felt fine, to be honest. When I was driving around the M25 at 60, 65 in the Rover this morning, it's a speed I'm quite happy to do. It's faster than the trucks, but you save a bit of fuel by not thrashing the knackers of it. I've got half a tank of fuel, by the way, so no need to fill up just yet. Makes me feel better about leaving quarter of a tank in the Rover. I think I win out of that exchange. But yeah, I mean, the steering feels lovely now we're at speed, you know, it's very direct. Plenty of feedback going on. Nice little 13-inch wheels, I think, with nice chunky sidewalls. That's what I like in a tyre, sidewall. So So while you may be thinking, why on earth would you exchange the Rover for this? At the moment, I'm very happy. The only slight issue, it's a bit cramped in the footwell, and there is no footrest next to the clutch pedal, so my foot is underneath the pedal, but it's still a bit too far over to the right hand side for comfort. Got a mist function? Oh yes, I can't remember if we have or not. That seems to be permanently on. Okay, so up is intermittent. No, up is also. Oh, okay. I think the intermittent wipers aren't working. It's down for on, up for on, and double up for extra on. Is that washers there? Oh yeah, there we go, there's washers. And you have to do the wipers yourself, that's fine. There we go, we're doing 70, just over 3,000 revs. That's not all that dissimilar to the Rover. Worked out yet is how you make the back wiper work. Ah, there we go. Oh, I've got a rear wiper. I wonder if it's possible to make the wiper come on. Oh yeah, there we go. Right, these stalks take some getting used to, but it's a way for one wiper, is it? Yep, there we go. I don't know if you can actually put the wiper on its own. Further experiments, but all the washing seems to work okay. That's good. Right, we should keep pushing on. It's now almost 2 o'clock. It's probably going to take a good 3 or 4 hours from here to get home. So let's see how we do. See what I will say. It's actually quite solid in here. I mean, we're buzzing along, but there's no trim rattles or anything of that nature. So that's encouraging. Wiper blades perhaps aren't brilliant, but they do the job. There is an annoying scratch in the windscreen right in my line of sight, but then the entire windscreen on the Rover was quite badly scratched, so it's better than that. It's also delaminating in the corners a bit, so maybe I'll need to get the windscreen replaced. I think I can do that on my insurance, pay an excess and get the windscreen changed. It doesn't look like a windscreen that's bonded in though, so it might be quite an easy one to change. Oh, I see, it's going to be like that, is it? You're pathetic. Doesn't want to be overtaken by Skoda Favorit. Some people really are pathetic. I mean, just because you've got yourself all bundled up in finance. Oh, I see. It's going to be like that, is it? All coming to a halt. I'll get up the inside of the Peugeot instead. Because lane discipline is so bad on the M25, but if it starts slowing down and you get over to the left, you can usually go past everyone. But yeah, I mean, we slowed down to 40 there, I'm still in top. So while the engine isn't what you call powerful, it pulls nice and consistently throughout the rev range, and I like that. We're stuck in a 50 limit at the moment, and not made easier by idiots with terrible lane discipline. If you think the middle lane or the right hand lane is the place to sit and do a constant speed when the other lanes are clear, you're an idiot. But anyway, especially at this speed, it feels so refined actually. I mean, there's a bit of engine noise. You never lose sight of the fact there's an engine thrashing away up the front. But there's less wind noise than there was in the Rover. That's a bit embarrassing. So there we go. There's a slightly terrifying temperature gauge. There's no miles since we collected this car. And there you go, handbrake on, lights on. We shall do that, which turns all of the lights off. Brilliant. I think we've probably done about 100 miles. and it's been 2 hours since I got to the car, so it's time for a stretch of the legs and a bit of a break. Maybe chocolate. Oh yes, all the tools are there. Well, look at it, we'll have a nose around there. I'm slightly worried about the fuses that are all over the place. Look at that for quality plastics. Boot light, which doesn't work. And look at these mothers. It should be possible to actually wire these in. That might make a difference because the stereo is terrible. Oh, there we go, I just unclipped my microphone. I'll just connect you back on. Quality noises. Brilliant. Right, we are just at Northampton Services, and it is time to continue. I've decided to ditch the beaded seat cover. I decided it wasn't so good after all. Just going to put you back in the holder. Sorry about that. So it's time to continue the trip. One thing I must say, I'm looking through the comments as I drive home, and lots of people confounded that I've paid 700 quid for this car. I appreciate in its current state it doesn't look all that glamorous with the faded pink paint. I think a good polishing session and she'll be looking splendid again. And it's worth pointing out that Favorit values are on the rise. They used to be everywhere and they were dirt cheap. I once missed an opportunity to buy one for 150 quid and felt like a right muppet. But now they're worth an awful lot more. I'm just keeping an eye on the C4 there. And gosh, I've got a Renault Clio trying to drive into me from that side. Yeah, go and park somewhere else. So yeah, £700 may seem a lot, but look at the headliner. I mean, that is complete factory condition. I should point out the Tesla clock is apparently not related to Tesla in America. I mean, the glove box is enormous. And yeah, I mean, a bit of tidying. This should be a really nice car, and I like the fact it isn't too nice. If it was too nice, I wouldn't want to drive it. But I think 700 quid was about right. There's people asking thousands of pounds for really nice ones, and this isn't that far from really nice. I'd love to know what the mileage is, but we've got no way of telling. I'll look for the MOT history and see how many years that's been broken. But anyway, make sure we're in neutral, get the immobiliser turned off. There we go. And we're ready to continue. So onwards, back to Wales. We're currently around Northampton, and so there's still quite a long way to go. It's still about 160 miles, I think. I'll better get on with it, because the more I can do in daylight, the better. Whoa. There's one issue. That fuel gauge was hovering just below half when we stopped, and now it seems to be just above a quarter. So I'm going to have to get fuel at a Motorway Services petrol station. Now, I'm not going to splash loads in because Motorway fuel is hideously overpriced, and I don't agree with their principles. 0 to 60 test. Just approaching Birmingham, so we're just past Coventry on our way to Birmingham, not a million miles away from where a certain Matiz is residing. My mate Chris has been doing the work trying to improve the Matiz, has been struggling to get the airbag light off, so he's off to see someone else to have a go at sorting that out tomorrow, and hopefully actually the Matiz will return, for it has been over 2 months and I missed the Matiz. The Matiz isn't as peaceful at speed as this car is. More 50 mile an hour restricted speed through lot of that, must be helping the economy. But as I haven't got a working trip meter, I'm not entirely sure how I'm meant to work out what the MPG is. Well, can you believe it? I've just reached Newtown, driving along, and I've got a lorry behind me, and all of a sudden this BMW came swerving round the truck, and I was like, what the heck is this lunatic doing? And then the blue lights began, and yes, as this picture testifies, or this one down here, I got stopped by the police again. They could smell cannabis, and the police to report it wasn't me. Yeah, they did a few checks. Is this your car? And it's like, ooh, well, the system won't show it's my car, but yes, it is. And is it insured? And it's like, well, yes, I have no proof of insurance because my insurance company doesn't open on the weekend. They haven't yet sent me the paperwork. But I managed to satisfy them with an email trail that obviously shows I'm going through the motions and have said I am buying this car on this date, please cover me. So yeah, never a dull moment on HubNut. What is it with communist cars and getting stopped by the police? This is just ridiculous. I think I'm going to cancel my plans to ever buy a Yugo. I'm following an Audi, and I bet he'd be gutted if he knew he'd got a Skoda Favorit on his backside. Or not so much uphill, but every time he brakes it destroys my night vision. That's bright. Also the wiper blades are rubbish. Do brake lights need to be that bright? Could we not dim them a bit if it's dark? Jeepers. And there we go, it is the Fox. We shall turn off the header lamps. That's that button. There we go. And I just want to demonstrate something else. If I turn the ignition off, look where the fuel gauge is. Let's see where it goes back to. Yeah, you see? It isn't updating when you've got the ignition live. If you interrupt the live feed, you then get a more accurate reading. So it's back down to almost where it was when I filled up at the petrol station 160 miles ago and put £28 worth of fuel in, which wasn't very much because motorway fuel is horribly overpriced. But nonetheless, we have made it. We are home. There you go. That's a Favorit dashboard by night, all very dark. Naturally, there will be a better look around the Favorit once I get chance. But that was the story of how I got it home. And now I have got it home, I can go and watch Strictly Come Dancing, the results. Sorry, I just like it. And catch up with about 1 million YouTube comments. So, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I shall see you in a future video. Farewell. Well, what's going on here? The stereo is still drawing power. It must be wired in with nothing to do with the ignition because the key's out. Fortunately, rather, it's a pull-out one. So if I pull it out, job done.